real family, not friends round here. We stay loyal till the end round here. Someone tell me how the enemies.
I don't want to be living this for the rest of my life.
How's that we're beefing? Where they at? All their death threats, but we're still breathing. When we catch one of them, we got section.
And I kept saying, like, what am I going to do now?
Round here, I might show you with the men round here. With the men. Give a fuck about your friends round here. Get dragged out your bends round here. Dragged out. When it goes down, sides get taken. It reveals who's real and who's faking. Beef comes up.
We are supplying them with 40 years worth of information.
40 years?
40
Their names come in the media, Mohammed, Abdullah, whatever they are, all these Muslim names.
The realest never have to. I'ma show you with a men.
And she said she'd been raped.
We have serious allegations from children who say that you were involved in the rape and prostitution of them, that you were a kingpin having them trafficked.
bullshit, mate.
Listen, don't come with these, I'll come in your home and smack you fucking face in.
You don't really want trouble, mate.
Well, let me call you.
Well, no, I'll come meet you. I've been in and out. Don't do anything stupid, huh? No, I'm actually in Manchester. A minute. Yeah, now, what are you? You just, fucking hell. Where are you? In Telford? Don't do anything stupid. Seriously. Don't. I don't. What's that? No, babe, no. I just think, no. Is your dad nearby? No. Do you want us to come pick you up? Yeah. Go on. There's so much better way to fucking hammer these bastards. There's so much better way that's not going to jeopardise you. What's that?
I'm not going to hurt them. I'm just going to kill myself, actually. I'm just going to sit outside here. And I'm just going to kill myself because I can't, you know what? I've got no life. I've got no life ahead of me, and I've got nothing except more issues, like more mental health issues, like more fucking relationship issues. I've got fucking anything else except more shit. So, I thought I've been thinking about it for ages, and I thought I just might as well just come back here. Because at least people won't fucking blame it on something else. You know, at least people will fucking know why I did it.
Lauren, why don't you? See, as I said, I could drive there an hour, you could drive to me an hour. Why don't you just come to where I am? And you don't, they win then again. Do you know what I mean? They win then again.
I think they already won now.
No, but
they already won. You know, we were trying to figure out what I could compare rape to, so that other people can like have something that like, so they know how it feels. Yeah, but there is fucking nothing that compares to rape. The only thing that compares to rape is torture. So the only other people, apart from other rape victims, the only other people who can identify with it is fucking people who are victims of torture. That's the only thing I can think of to compare it to. And that's the reason it's fucking illegal. There's nothing to compare it to. And that's why it's so fucking wrong. And they can't see that. They fucking killed me anyway when they raped me. So I don't even know why I've been alive for the rest of the time of my life.
Well, Oh man. Please don't do anything, darling. Just come here. I'll come pick you up. We can drive here and let's just talk, because they do win. They win because the potential. I don't even know what to say to you, because I know what they've done, and I can't even imagine how you must feel. I just know that people who love you ain't going to want you to kill yourself or him. And if there's any way of getting you help, I'd help get you whatever help you need. I'll just say please don't do anything stupid. Man. And do you want us to come get you, or do you want to drive here?
I don't know. I don't really feel like being saved, to be honest.
Where? How far is your mum and dad? How far does your mum and dad live from where you are?
My mum doesn't live that far away.
Babe.
Oh, I don't feel like going there.
Come up here. We've got empty bedrooms. We're in a 5-bedroom house. There's an empty bedroom. You're welcome to come and stay here. And we'll talk. We just had a shit curry, but if you...
Oh no, you can't have a shit curry.
You
can't do that. Did you make it? No, if you bought it from somewhere, you're a fool.
Come here and make us a curry then. Come.
Oh, I can't make one.
Can't I?
If you buy a shit curry, then fuck knows what they put in it.
Yeah.
Because if they don't make it with love, then they're probably making it with shit.
Yeah. Alright, well, yeah, why don't you just come up here, babe? And then I can't believe you're in Telford either. But come up here. We're only an hour. We're here. You can see what we're doing. We're actually here, sat around a table with pictures of all these bastards. I don't know if that's going to fucking throw your head even more, but we're actually just sat here with massive sheets everywhere of who they are, how they're linked. But babe, honestly, they do win. You're another victim then in their fucking murderous spree. So please don't do anything. Because, fucking hell, man. As soon as I heard that voicemail, I was like, what's right? Oh, my heart dropped. But you're totally welcome to come here.
You're just going to wind me up with the maps.
Yeah, I'll put them away. How about it? You don't have to look at them. We just had it here because we were discussing work. So I'll put them away. Just come up here.
I can't even, half the people, I fucking escaped really early. I was so lucky.
That doesn't matter. None of it matters. Don't worry about maps. As I said, it doesn't matter if you never want to talk to me or you don't want to participate in this documentary or anything. None of that matters, yeah? So come here, you don't even have to talk about it. I don't give a shit. We've got a pool table here and a bar in this house. It's a beautiful house. But you're welcome to just come up here, babe, and just take a chill, man. Take a chill. Right, yeah. Oh, babe, I'll send you a location, yeah? I think it's an hour, isn't it? Telford's an hour from here, isn't it? I think it's an hour from here, babe. Yeah? Alright. Promise me then that that's what you're doing, and you're just going to come up here and not do anything stupid. Don't leave me without. I have enough fucking shit in my head at all. So just come up here.
I know. Like, you get yourself into trouble all the time.
I know. Story of my life.
You can't even help it.
I know. So I'm a magnet.
Like all these school kids that never got it out of your system.
I always said I used to shit stare on the school playgrounds. I've just gone to a fucking international level.
Yeah.
Oh God. Alright, come up. Are you coming up then, yeah?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, alright, Sam, see you in a bit. I'll send you a location now. Do you want me to do live location via WhatsApp?
You can. You can.
Alright, Sam, I'll do it now.
I've got a different WhatsApp number, so you can't.
Message me on your WhatsApp number then, yeah? And then I'll send you it. Yeah. Alright, see you in a bit. Bye-bye. So I was tracking down victims and following the Telford story, and I saw a girl online making comments about wanting to kill the men who had raped her and abused her, and it all come to a head because one of them was just getting released. So she's obviously read it and made comments saying how it's destroyed her again. Now reading this, it's brought it all back, and she wants to murder him. So I tracked her down. I found out where she was. I went to see her. She answered the door and, what are you doing here? I said, explain, I've just read your messages. I want to find a better way for you to expose these men and try and tell you not to do anything stupid. And then we had a nice meeting. We sat in the back of the car for about 3 hours, just talking through. We've come up here, we're in the north of England now, to get sat together for a month to go through the documentary. And I've messaged her. And this is how, that's mad. Like, I've messaged her saying, hi Lauren, how are you? Any thoughts on about us getting together? And literally, not sure we'll get a chance to do it in person after today. I've then played a voice note from her.
Hi Stephen. So I don't know if I'm going to be available after today. As you were texting me, I was on my way up, and I'm here now. So I'm just sitting outside somebody's house.
After reading her messages, then it's like, she's outside the house because she's going to kill him. So we rang her, but then madly, because she sent me a live location, she was parked in Telford. But you see all the years later, look at their lives. Look at her life. And then she's gone on to, okay, I won't kill him, I'm going to kill myself. She is now, see where she is, her live location. So when, okay, she's on her way. She wasn't just sat there, she was in Wellington, the Muslim area of Telford. Now she's on her way here, so.
She's an extraordinary woman, a woman whose life was destroyed by these men when she was just a girl. She's written an amazing book sharing her experience. It's called No Way Out by Kate Alicia. You can buy it on Amazon. Please go and buy it. And what you'll find when you read it is that one of her abusers was a man called Ahmed Nawas. Ahmed Nawas. Now I want to go back to our interview with the survivor from episode 2 and pick up the story of another girl.
Okay, because I've seen Becky. You was a friend of Becky Watson.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about Becky?
We lived near each other. This one day in particular, she'd gone missing, and we was all looking for her. Anyway, she was drunk on the park. Some Asian lads had bought her some cider, so she got drunk, and when she got back home, her mum asked me and another girl if we could watch her while she went shopping. And I was sat in the front room with her. I'm 15 and she's only like 10. And she's just sat in the chair opposite me, you know, like we are now. And I didn't say one word. My other mate was having a go at her, saying, you know, that basically disgusted me for drinking and giving her like a hard time. But I didn't say a word. I just sat there and I just watched her. And you know when you look in someone's eyes and stuff and you can just see through their eyes. And she reminded me of me. But when, yeah. I just knew something wasn't right. I could just see. And then after then, she ran upstairs and she wouldn't let like our friend in. So I started speaking to her, and she told me that I would like she just started to get involved with Asian men and stuff like that. She started to get a bit like out of control.
She was involved with men at the age of 10. When you say involved, what do you mean?
She just started to hang around with him. She hadn't done anything then. She was just hanging around with them, and I started to buy her a drink, just started to get into talking to her. And it was like not long after then, I'd been on deliveries with my dad. He was doing pizza deliveries, like a weekend job, and my mate came with us on deliveries, and he just dropped us off. Well, we just got home, and was in my bedroom, and I got a phone call off Becky about 1, 2 o'clock that morning, and she sounded wasted, and she said, "Hey, guess what? I've just lost my virginity." And my words was, "You better fucking not have." And then she was just there laughing, and I could hear another girl in the background with her.
How old was she?
She was 10.
When she lost her virginity?
She was nearly 11.
So do we know who Becky lost her virginity to?
Keith.
When you say Keith?
Shazier's dad.
Shazier's dad. This is Asian Keith.
Who had the burger van outside rooms.
Tell me about what you know of Asian Keith then. Did you ever meet Asian Keith?
Yeah. I always saw him around the area. And obviously I knew his family, because I went to school with his nieces and stuff, and his nephew. We all knew what he was up to, but I didn't know the details until Becky told me.
And what was he up to?
He was selling girls. I remember the first time Becky ever told me, she said that she went to this house with and they was paying like £200 each time, and that basically. So, and she did tell me that he tries you out first to see if you're good enough.
So he was pimping young children?
Yeah.
Did you ever have any interaction with him?
No.
No?
No.
Tell me more about Becky Watson and what happened with Becky.
Well, things got bad, obviously. Trying to try to start. I started meeting her from school and things like that. So she did start hanging around with a few other girls her age. And then as time went on, trying to think how old I was. I think I was 16. Yeah, she had just turned, trying to remember, I think she had just turned 11, and then I had just turned 16. And I was in Regent Street. There's like a walkway to Wrekin College where the bridge is. I don't know if it's still there, but there was like a bridge. And I was there with Jibby and was drinking, and was waiting for Munchie to finish work. And I got a text on my phone off Becky saying help. So I said to her, "Where are you?" And she said, like, at the house. But she had showed me this house near the Wrekin, like a few days before. So I just ran there. I don't even know how I got there. I just ran there. And if you go like round the back of this house, there's like a gate. You go through the gate into the back door. I went, and then you're into the kitchen. And as I walked into the kitchen, straight in front of me, there's like a front room. And yeah, that's when I saw what was happening to her.
What was happening?
She was being raped by knife point. There's like a mat on the floor, and she was just lying on the floor.
And who was raping her?
I don't know who he was. He was just this like muscly man. He had like really dark, obviously dark hair, but it was like quite thick on top, and he had a really deep voice.
Was he on his own in there with her?
Yeah.
What happened then?
I was just screaming to get off her, and then he just turned around. He turned his head back to me, because I was like at the, back of him to the side, like that, but like a really deep voice. And I panicked, and I just ran into the kitchen, and I got a knife and stabbed him in the back. And then I just screamed at Becky to run, and we just ran. And I phoned a couple of lads I know from Birmingham, because I just thought we needed to get out of Telford, and I asked if they could come and get us, and they come and picked us up, and they took us to Birmingham. But then Keith was ringing Becky up, going mad, and said that I'd killed the man. So then, obviously I got scared, thinking I'm going to jail and things, and Becky said she'd take the blame because she was younger. But I said no way. And then it's silly, but we performed like a ceremony thing where you slash your hands and rub them together and you become blood sisters. And then after that night, it was just us two. So like a few months later after that, I had something in my head, I wanted to go back to that house. But we went the front way, not the back way. There's like a grass bit and a tree, and we was there watching the house. And all I saw was Keith and that man and two girls walking in.
Keith was walking with the man that he said you'd killed?
Because he said that he was going to go to the police if we didn't do what he said after that.
So he used that situation to get you to do whatever he wanted because you were scared.
But I said that Becky wasn't doing nothing, I'd do it all. But then some men would say that they wanted Becky because she was younger and fresher. And then I just have to turn around and say, yeah, but I'm more experienced, take me.
And Asian Keith's now, where is he now?
He's dead.
He's dead. Do you know if he ever faced any justice?
No.
Becky Watson, raped by Asian Keith when she was 10, or maybe when she was 12. We've been given different accounts. She was passed around between men, raped at knife point. Asian Keith died in 2015, aged 61, without ever facing justice. What happened next to Becky? Becky was killed by a man called Ahmed Nawas.
Tell me what happened. How did Becky die?
Well, she'd rang me. I was at home giving my mum a massage, and she rang me up one night and she said that her mum had hid the fags, so can I bring her a fag? And I said, yeah, I'll be about 15-20 minutes. So I went down to she said to meet me at the youth club on Martin Drive, Brooklands. So I went down there, and as I got there, just literally got there, Ahmed Nawas pulled up in his car, and the youth worker, Juanita, I always remember her name, she was stood there, and then I just put my back away to Ahmed, and I said to her, don't let me go over, keep me here. She was like, all right, but she was like looking over my head at Becky and another girl called Kerry, talking to him. And then all of a sudden, all I heard was Becky say, but you're not, he said something like, you're not having your phone back, and he took her phone off her. And then she got on the car bonnet, like sat sideways, and she said, well, you're not going then. And then that's when we all started looking, thinking, what's happening, what's going on. And then all of a sudden he started revving his car, trying to like scare her. And then he drove off with her on the car. But there's like, when you're looking up, it's like on a bend, and I just kept thinking, nah, she's gonna walk in a minute, I'm gonna see her coming back. And but as Becky was driving off, she was trying to like grab onto the bonnet, somewhere to hold. And she just, all I got is that image of my head of her looking at me, you know, like, like saying my name. And you know, as it goes off in the distance and you can't hear. And then next thing I know, all I saw was blue flashing lights, like from up, you know, in the distance. And I just ran there, and all I saw was Becky on the floor, and then Ahmed was leaning over her. And then I got a lift to the hospital, and I went there, and That's when we got told that she was brain dead.
She was 13.
And then after that night, I went missing all that night because I got like really upset, and I kept saying like, what am I going to do now? So I started smashing my head to try and make myself brain dead. And then I didn't know who else to ring or where to go. So I was trying to ring everyone in my phone book because I didn't want to go home. And then I rang up for a taxi, but Amy answered the phone. That was Bugs's taxi firm at the time.
Bugsy had a taxi firm?
Yeah, I think it was called Fast Line or something back then.
And then what happened?
She got someone to come and pick me up. I can't remember if it was him or some taxi, because I wasn't with it that night. She got a driver to come and pick me up and brought me to the office to her. And then when she finished work, she took me back to her house. And then I stayed there the night. And then the next morning, the police picked me up from there and took me home.
Now, Ahmed Nawas was charged with manslaughter, but pleaded guilty to causing death by dangerous driving. He got 3 years for killing Becky. He was out of jail in 15 months. It was reported as a prank gone wrong. But was it? Was it death by dangerous driving? You see, the background to her tragic killing is very important.
And then going out with Imran at the time, but then she started seeing Ahmed behind Imran's back. But we didn't know this at first. And then one night Ahmed had picked me and Becky up when we was walking. And he said he'd give us a lift home, but he didn't take us home, he took us up the Wrekin.
And what happened up the Wrekin?
He said that I had to sleep with him, or so we couldn't go home. But I said, I'm not doing it, she's here, or Becky's here. So then he made her lie on the floor with a coat over her head, in the back. And then me and him went off, and I had to have sex with him. But while that was happening, the police come.
The police come whilst you was having sex with him up the Wrekin?
And I just literally, we jumped up and started walking, and then they checked all in the car, but they couldn't see anyone because she was on the floor. And then after that, I told what happened because I didn't know that she was sleeping with him. She was still with Imran. And then this one night, we got the phone call. Me and Becky was at mine in bed, and we got a phone call. They wanted me to go to the bottom of my street. And then Becky was like, you're not going on your own. And I said, I'll be fine. So I went to the bottom of the street, and he just went, get in the car now. So I sat in the front, and Becky got in the back with Michelle and Sam. And he drove to the Brooklands, to the back of the shops in the car park. And he went, get out now. So I got out, and I thought, he's going to beat me up or something now. And then he pushed me against the wall. He was in front of me. And then he just grabbed me by my head and threw me onto my knees. And then he basically stuck his penis in my mouth and wouldn't let go of me. And then when he finished, he still wouldn't let me go. And then he weed in my mouth. And then I just literally spat it out, being sick. And he just got up and walked off and goes, get in the car. So I just got in the car. And as I was getting in the car, Michelle went to him. Did you do it? And he went really serious face, evil. It's he was still angry. And then all of a sudden he burst out laughing and went, yeah. And then she was laughing as well.
How old was
Same age as me.
So he ejaculated in your mouth and then urinated in your mouth?
Yeah. Because we had told about what happened up the Wrekin.
As a punishment?
Yeah. But then it got worse as well after that, because we found out then that night, obviously, because he was with Michelle in the car. And we found out then that them two were sleeping together. So then Becky went and told Imran, because she was really good friends with him. And they were best friends, brothers. So he got upset because he really really did like Michelle. So then Ahmed was after Becky then. That's why he pulled up at the...
That's why he pulled up that day at the youth club?
Yeah.
Because she told him about him taking you out and raping you? Because she had told him then?
No, it's because she had told Imran that Michelle was cheating on him with Ahmed.
Okay, so Becky told Imran that Michelle was cheating on him with Ahmed.
And about what happened with me as well.
And about what happened with you, and that's why he pulled up at the youth club that day. That's why she's dead. Okay. Where's Ahmed Nawaz now?
I haven't got a clue.
Ahmed Nawaz killed Becky Watson when he was angry that she had told his best friend Imran that Ahmed was having sex with Imran's girlfriend, Mandy. Ahmed Nawaz raped our survivor up at the Wrekin. Our survivor then told Mandy. Our survivor hadn't known that Ahmed Nawaz was having sex with Mandy at the time she confided in her. Ahmed Nawaz violently, orally raped our survivor and then urinated in her mouth as a punishment for confiding in Mandy. And then Ahmed Nawaz killed Becky Watson for telling Imran that his best mate, Ahmed, was shagging his girlfriend behind his back. Ahmed Nawaz got just 3 years for killing Becky Watson. He didn't face justice for any of the violent rapes of young girls, including our survivor, leading up to the killing of Becky. And when he got out of jail after just 15 months, we have survivors who tell us he carried on violently raping young girls. Just listen to Becky Watson's mother.
A 20-year-old Pakistani man and a passenger had pulled outside the youth club and he switched his engine off. Becky was first leaning against the bonnet and it looked at first she was in conversation with him. She then sat on the bonnet and there was some sort of altercation and she refused to get off his bonnet. He took it upon himself to start his engine and to drive over 200 metres with her clinging on the side of the window. And this was in front of all her friends, and at some point she fell off and sustained a head trauma. No other injuries or marks. I arrived at the scene with her 12-year-old brother to